LCS means everything to me. I'm very motivated to get back in LCS.
I feel ready for Copenhagen Wolves.
I'm mentally prepared. I think my team is mentally prepared. I think we're going to take it.
You fight in for a chance to do what you love for a living.
Yeah, I'm really motivated. It's all I've been working for. It's my dream.
Playing LCS was the best part of my esports career. The best league in Europe where you can be, and that's obviously where I want to be.
Being in the LCS would mean a lot to me. I've already tried to qualify twice, but this time, third time's a charm.
Battle Atlantic, it's all about bragging rights.
Like, we didn't fly overseas just to be like, just to lose.
We're actually here to win something, we're just not here to troll around. I'm a little bit nervous, since I've been here before.
We're gonna qualify for sure.
Last season, it was the first season of LCS. Of course, I want to do it again.
Promo relegation for most of these teams is the most important tournament they've ever been a part of.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2014 European LCS Spring Promotion Tournament, live from our brand new studio in Cologne, Germany. I'm Evje Schogsupporter alongside Trevor Quickshot Henry and Rivington Visland III. And gentlemen, it's great to be back together again and kicking off this fantastic weekend of League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be back on air. And you know, it's been 2 months since Worlds. It doesn't feel like 2 months. It feels so much longer. And you have to give props once again to SK Telecom T1 for picking up that phenomenal victory and just sweeping aside everybody at the tournament.
You know, I gotta say, and I think I speak for everyone here when I say we've had enough of the off-season. It's time to get the 2014 season started.
Well, I've got good news for you, Riv, because you don't have to wait any longer, because the 2014 season officially starts today with the Spring Promotion Tournament. Now, for more on the teams and the tournament, let's send it over to D-Man and Jack at the desk.
Thank you very much, Shocks. I am Lee D-Man Smith, and alongside me once again is Joshua Jack Leesman. It is great to be back, that is for sure. And of course, the teams that will be taking part in this weekend's tournaments will not only be fighting for a pro contract and a chance to compete in the LCS, but they'll be taking an important step towards every team's ultimate goal, and that is, of course, competing in the 2014 World Championships that this year will be in Korea. So, while that seems like a lofty goal, and it's not that far-fetched though, because both the Lemon Dogs and Cloud9 went from the Challenger team to World Championship participants in just one split.
Yeah, and we've known the 3 former LCS teams that will be in this tournament since Gamescom. It was actually just a week ago that the 3 Challenger teams were finally decided, and the Copenhagen Wolves dominated the Challenger round robin. They went 5-0, and they earned the first Challenger berth in this weekend's tournament. Super Hot Crew was the second team to qualify, and KMT took out TCM Gaming in the final game there, and they were the third Challenger participant.
So once those teams were all locked in, of course, Ninjas in Pajamas, they got to choose who the first person would be out of those 3 challengers. And of course, no surprise, really. They went with KMT, the last team to qualify.
Yeah, and after that, it was the 7th place SK Gaming's choice. And they decided they wanted to play the Super Hot Crew, which meant Meet Your Makers, who finished last place in the LCS and then didn't get to pick their opponent, they kind of got stuck with the red-hot Copenhagen Wolves that nobody wants to face.
Yeah, the Copenhagen Wolves certainly are looking strong, and of course that means coming up today, in just a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we will have that matchup between Meet Your Makers and the Copenhagen Wolves. They'll be facing off in a best-of-5 series for a shot in 2014 Spring Split.
And then on Saturday, it will be SK Gaming versus the Super Hot Crew, and the European Spring Promotion Tournament will wrap up on Sunday with Ninjas in Pajamas battling KMT for that last LCS berth.
And the winners of the weekend promotion tournament won't have to wait very long to get their first taste of LCS action, because we are happy to announce that the 2014 LCS Spring Split will be kicking off with a Super Week starting on Tuesday, January the 14th at 7 p.m. Central European Time right here in this studio, and that's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, and then after 3 days of the European LCS, the 2014 North American LCS will start up with its own Super Week on Friday, January the 17th. That'll start at noon Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Central European Time.
And of course, the other big announcement about this year's LCS schedule is that the European LCS will now now be playing our regular season matches on Thursday and Friday nights. And of course, that means that North America, they will be playing on Saturday and Sunday, live from Los Angeles.
And for more information on the 2014 LCS Spring Split, just head over to lolesports.com.
Then, when you're done, check out all the LCS info. Make sure to vote on which of the 3 teams you think will be winning their way into the LCS during this weekend's Spring Split Promotion Tournament.
Yep, just click on schedule near the top of the page and give a thumbs up to the teams you believe will be playing in this studio as part of the European LCS.
Then,
that's up.
Again, open another browser. Get it straight in there. Or just use another browser tab. That's what most people do these days. And head over to Twitter and let us know, which team do you most want to see earn a spot in the European LCS and why?
Yeah, tweet us at LOL Esports and be sure to use the hashtag LCS because we'll be reading our favorite answers later in the show. And one of them could be yours, but you have to use the hashtag LCS. Some people forget that.
And it's only our favorites. If they suck, we're not going to read them. That's for sure. Now, of course, another piece of exciting news for you guys. This weekend, we'll not only be bringing you the promotion tournament, you all know it. We'll also be broadcasting the debut of the Battle of the Atlantic.
The top 5 North American and European LCS teams will go head-to-head for bragging rights, essentially. I mean, at least until the next All-Star game.
We will see about that. Of course, the first ever Battle of the Atlantic kicks off on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central European time with the LCS Summer Split's 4th place squads in both, obviously, North America and Europe facing off against each other. That is Alliance, formerly known as Evil Geniuses. They're going to be playing their first match against Skara and Team Dignitas. Then, Sunday, that's when TSM strike. We will see, of course. They were the 2nd place teams. And, well, the new mid laner, Bjergsen, will be joining them. And they're going to be taking on a very new look Lemon Dogs.
And then the Battle of the Atlantic will continue the next week during the North American Spring Promotion Tournament with Counterlogic Gaming taking on Team Alternate. Then after that, the team that was formerly known as Vulcan is now XDG Gaming. They're going to battle the Red Hot Gambit Gaming. And then the final game of the Battle of the Atlantic, of course, is the rematch of the World Championship quarterfinal with Peke and Fnatic taking on Meteos and Cloud9.
Yeah, some great games coming up. And, of course, while Fnatic blew away Cloud9 during the Worlds, a lot of time has passed since then. What kind of effects is the new patch going to have on the game?
Yeah, I mean, considering the amount of change to the game that happened in this patch, we haven't seen too many huge ripples in the competitive scene yet because it does seem like we're still playing the same game. But the main things that I'm going to be watching for is the strength of the jungle in the mid and later parts of the game. Because early on, all the extra wards and the fact that you can't do the quick level 3 gank like you used to be, it's different power progression for those junglers. And also, the biggest thing, I think, is the team's abilities to close out games if they only have a small advantage. Because at least in the 2 promotion tournaments in North America and in Europe, there were a lot more back-and-forth games than we're used to seeing. And I want to see if that trend continues here.
Lots of changes and plenty of